About him, he don't like to lose. He got a winning complex. See, he got a winning complex. He don't like to lose. That's the thing with him.
And we, went 8 folks, 30 folks, out in motherfucking Ohio, nigga. What's up, man? 634 in the building,
I've been clowning this road, she won't get to know me. I heard that she was a bust down. I keep the real rhyme, they say we so slimy. I'm looking just like a touchdown. Stay out my business if you don't know me. I'm at your door if you owe me. Say you real, you gotta show me. I ball hard, just like I'm Kobe. I do what I want, little nigga. I heard you still up, you still playing catch up. Young source of the motion, I slide in her ocean. I swear to the Lord that I'm next.
Yeah. I'm here. Let's get it.
On me coming up from the city, grinding and shining and lay on my titties. 150s, you know I got plenty. When they court cases, still living in Memphis. Plotted on me, they won't see me fail. Then shot it, I love her, tell her to be well. I became myself, I came out of my shell. I know that they hate me, I wish them all well. That shit hurt me if you ain't know what to tell. I'm thanking the Lord cause he saved me from hell. I'm taking the W's, you roll up the L's. I know what you thinking, you'll know me for real. I be smoking weed, I don't fuck with them pills. I like watching movies and automobiles. Catch me on the island somewhere, just chill. She wanted a driver, so I took the wheel.
A few moments later.
150s, you know I got plenty. When in court cases, they're leaving in Bentley. They plotted on me, they won't see me fail. To shot it, I love her, tell her to be well. I became myself, I came out of my shell. I know that they hate me, I wish them all well.
I got it.
I'm on big bullshit, winning flood a nigga wrist. I don't care about a bitch, man I'm icy, ain't I bitch. I can drop the roof quick, tell that girl don't get no lil. I don't care about a bitch, man I'm icy, ain't I bitch.
Oh, you didn't know? Well, your ass better call somebody. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Smuvie Man Entertainment presents Welcome to the Show. I'm your host, Smuvie Man Bruce Wayne, a.k.a. Smooth Money Mayweather, Paper Chaser. Holla at your boy. And welcome to the show.
I came in to take game over, eating everything, no leftovers. I pulled up with all my soldiers. Boss that's one word is over. In my hood they treat me like Hova. Pressure, I apply pressure. Pressure, I apply pressure. Pressure, I apply pressure. I'm out they throats, I ain't letting off. 100 car, I'm about to let it off.
I like your vibe, cause the difference between you and these other bitches came right on time. And the difference between me and these other niggas, they can't touch my vibe. You know that you're everything I want and everything I need. I'm glad that you're mine. She says she needs somebody to touch her body. and I'm the one for it. She like to freak a little something when I press record. But shout about her business, oh, okay. Her nails done, her bills paid, ooh, I swear she flawless. She got that walking like you talking kind of demeanor. With a hustle like mine, you gotta see it to believe it. I'm always on my grind, I ain't got time for no people. But every time I see you, I tell you, I like your vibe. Cause the difference between you and these other bitches came right on time. And the difference between me and these other niggas, they can't touch my vibe. You know that you're everything I want and everything I need. I'm glad that you're mine. She says she needs somebody to touch her body. It's well past due, and she got a vision well past you. I gotta keep this one to myself. If you was any other bitch, then I'll pass you. But let me be honest, I'm so glad that you're right on time. Them other bitches ain't with it, plus I like your vibe. Cause anything goes with you all the time. If I never told you, I better tell you now. Cause the difference between you and these other bitches came right on time. And the difference between me and these other niggas, they can't touch my vibe. You know that you're everything I want and everything I need. I'm glad that you're mine. She says she needs somebody to touch her body.
All right, y'all. We back at it once again. It's your boy Smuvie, man. Man, we got a jam-packed show, man. I'm talking about Power Rangers. We talk about the suspect Lakers, Memphis Grizzlies, man. We got a lot to talk about, man. Stay tuned, man. Glad you're here, and welcome to the show once again.
Late in it. He just wanna. Oh Lord. hey, I think I'm gonna find my swag, man. Check it. Man, these niggas can't control me. I'm popping like the old me. Ain't never gave a fuck. Oh, you better take it easy. Big boss shit. Every time I pop out, always floss the shit. Caught the portion, took the top out. The weight bent over. Bitch, I can't be patient. I ain't ask nobody for that. If I want it, I take it. Vicious like a Thundercat, but I purr like a kid. I'm that bitch your nigga want. He tryna play with the kid. Knocking suckers out my way, but real niggas gon' feel me. And if you don't, nigga, fuck you. Cause everybody don't get it. We don't rock the same sweater.
So, man, one of the things I definitely want to talk about, man. Well, let me just jumpstart and say them like this, man. One of the favorite guys that I like watching podcasts or YouTubers or whatever you want to call them, radio personalities, is Colin, The Herd with Joy Taylor. I like him, man, because he tell you a story, especially when he really want to go on his rants and stuff like that, man. He tell you a story. He break it down to you, give you similarities about what he got going on, what he did with his wife or his kids or something like that. So it'd be dope to listen to him and break down certain stuff. But I just wanted to jump that in there and be like, man, I'm going to try to give y'all some similarities like that, man. Because he's one of the dudes that I like to watch and what I get a lot of good pointers from watching and stuff like that. Also, too, the guys that really got me started too is the Odd Couple with Chris Broussard and Rob Parker. Those two guys, how they go at it is definitely dope. Of course, Skip and Shannon, like those two guys, how they go at it is dope as well. Of course, Skip is a legend with Stephen A. Smith. Like, I just try to take all their DNA and start getting to a different level when it comes to like bringing you my intensity, bringing you, what I'm saying, my energy, whatever you want to call it, my testicular fortitude, my charisma to the show and stuff like that. You know what it is, you know what I'm saying? But we do this thing, man, but we gonna jump right into it, you know what I'm saying? Once again, shouts out to everybody that sent me their music. let me use their music on this platform. There's some dope artists out there that a lot of people just don't know about, man. We trying to bring them to the forefront. You know what I'm saying? Ace, of course. Shouts out to Flow Game. They got a lot of things going on, a lot of beautiful music. Kite Boo, my boy Double O Don. You know, shouts out to everybody. Zach. If I forgot anybody, I apologize, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get all y'all on here. I'm trying to get all y'all on here, man. We rise. We building this thing up, man. We testing different things out of how we doing things. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, once again, shouts out to everybody, man. Shouts out to everybody I ain't got on here. Shouts to everybody that I forgot to mention and everything like that. One love, you know what I'm saying? Holla at your boy once again.
A lot of different limitations I got here on Instagram, and I would love to be able to move over to YouTube. You already know what's going down. Moving over to YouTube is going to be probably one of the best moves for Night of Excellence. But we're looking at making that move sometime in January. I can't picture making that move anytime soon. We definitely going to be making that move out in January. But I'll be keeping y'all posted on how we gonna move things on and move things over and get things going and keep Night of Excellence and keep your Saturday nights the most caffeinated nights of your entire Saturday night. Again, I hope y'all week has been well. We are looking at December the 18th. We are here for another Night of Excellence jam-packed show. Yo. We are waiting for everybody to pile in. You know how this goes. You know how this goes. We need everybody to pile in. Hope that y'all week has been well. Oh man, to keep the donations coming, man. I appreciate each and every one for helping out the show, helping out what we get creating out here, helping out what your boy got going on. Ladies and gentlemen, we got Atlanta in the building. We got Chicago in the building. Chi-Town, stand up. I hope y'all enjoying this shirt. Ladies and gentlemen, I am not perfect. I am excellence. You head over to the link in the bio, you get your damn. Ladies and gentlemen, you get your. We have some feedback. Ladies and gentlemen, you get your Cudjoe The Excellence merch over in the link in the bio. Let's go. Yo, what kind of week y'all been having? While we getting packed in here? Check. We are here live, direct for you. Ladies and gentlemen, we got in the building. We got hard workers in the building. Let me see. We got somebody busting out a podcast. We got somebody hard at work. We got somebody hard in school. It's a crazy pack of guests we got over here on Night of Excellence. Let's go. I want to throw y'all like confetti. You know what I mean? Throw y'all confetti. Y'all working so damn hard. Let's go. Night of Excellence, you already know what's going down. I am Cudjoe, I am Excellence. We are getting ready to get this thing started. I hope your week has been well. Alright. So, with all that out the way, ladies and gentlemen, I am Cudjoe The Excellence. This is Night of Excellence. I'm waiting for this to start. I'm waiting for this beat to start. I am Cudjoe The Excellence. This is Night of Excellence. We are here each and every Saturday night. You already know what's going down. The most caffeinated hour of your entire Saturday night. Ladies and gentlemen, check this out. Tonight we got a jam-packed show for you once again. Ladies and gentlemen, on the card tonight, we got Pick of the Letter. You already know what's going down. Ladies and gentlemen, we got Cooley Smiles from last week making a return to the show. Ladies and gentlemen, we got the Lone Ranger Party crashing in the building. Let's go! I got a special medley later on tonight. Y'all gotta stick around for that one. Special medley coming up for y'all later tonight. And finally, in the main event, ladies and gentlemen, hold tight. This is Night of Excellence. I am Cudjoe The Excellence. Tonight's show is brought to you by link in the bio. Just mentioned it a minute ago. Link in the bio will get you your Cudjoe The Excellence merch. Cudjoe The Excellence merch is brought to you by yours truly, Cudjoe The Excellence and Sober City Music. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's show is also brought to you by the upcoming 15 is the theme. Third strike. 3 years now we've been running 15 songs over 15 weeks, 15 incredible songs that ideally make up this entire show. I kid you not, if it wasn't for the 15 is a theme, any one of them, there would be no Night of Excellence, there would be no Cudjoe The Excellence. 15 is a theme. You already know what's going down. We are here. Smash that like button, let the algorithm know who the man is tonight.
favorite bills to pay. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's show is brought to you by the one and only Welcome to the Show podcast, hosted by the one and only Jason Smuvie, man, Bruce Wayne, a.k.a. Money Man by the Paper Chaser. He is covering all your sports and music topics. Yo, let me tell you, this guy right now, he's killing it. Like, yo, I'll get on, when I get on, all I see is such and such report. Friggin' Anthony Towns Davis, I can't remember his name. On the Lakers, the dude with the unibrow is out for a knee injury. He'll get on. Kyrie Irving makes an outstanding return to the Brooklyn Nets. And I'm like, yo, this is outstanding. So make sure y'all check out my man's Welcome to the Show podcast each and every week, busting it down for y'all. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, we are here for another week of Night of Excellence. We are getting ready to get this thing started. Let's go. We got Atlanta back in the building. Let's go. I swear, yo, I love how some people like come late as hell to the show and then show up first thing the next week. That is love right there. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Make sure y'all stick around for the medley coming up. We got a major medley coming up for y'all later on, right before the main event. You are listening right now to the one and only Be Grateful. But first, all right. I think we got enough. We got enough in the room. We're gonna go ahead and get started. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, if you're feeling down and you want to pick yourself up, come to Night of Excellence. No, I'm kidding. Most of us out here are struggling. We find ourselves struggling. We find ourselves feeling down, stuff like that. One of the things that helped me out the most is literally just taking another dive at my goals, what I'm looking for, what I'm headed towards, things like that. And I kid you not, it doesn't like sitting down and really consulting with yourself, evaluate what your situation is and where you need it to be. Cudjoe The Excellence is here to help you do that, to guide you in doing that. And we are here right now. So, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, on this stage from Queens, New York, weighing in at 186 pounds, he's standing at 5 feet, 10 inches tall. He is the reigning, he is the defending, he is. That helps too. That helps with stress. In through your nose, out through your mouth. You already know what's going out. Positive vibes only. Champion of the Excellence! See you don't jump over excellence! Cudjoe! Let's get this thing started.
So let me start my rant off like this, man. I ain't got no pen, I ain't got no pad, I ain't got no notes for this, man. This is just purely going off of what I just feel in my heart. And I've been saying this for years since I heard about this. And I'm talking about the Anthony Davis trade to the Los Angeles Lakers. I said this before, man. Y'all traded away all that asset, all that talent that y'all had for one guy. For one guy. For one guy that's injury prone. I don't care what no one said. I give them all the credit in the world. I give them all the credit in the world for winning that championship. I give them all the credit in the world for winning that championship. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to go out there and compete at the end of the day. But let me reel this back, though. And let me say this. I don't believe they would have won that if it wasn't for the pandemic that had happened around that time. Because certain teams, granted, they had one of the best records, you know what I'm saying? But momentum and injuries and game awareness, I believe it would have caught up with them. This is not some mysterious thing that's happening to the Lakers or to even LeBron or AD, you know what I'm saying? AD's been injury prone since his time in New Orleans. LeBron James been getting injured since he got to the Lakers. And I believe, this is me personally, I believe if it wasn't for that, the wear and tear of the season would have started to catch up with them. They wouldn't have made it. I think the LA Clippers would have did better than what they produced. I think the Milwaukee Bucks would have did better. They was on a good momentum that time around the year and stuff like that. I mean, it was teams coming out of nowhere. I mean, we had Phoenix Suns 8-0 in the bubble. Portland, same thing. They were dominating in the bubble. Dallas starting to rise. Denver Nuggets. I mean, Jamal Murray was playing spectacular, beautiful basketball out there with the Joker and stuff like that. I mean, I don't understand. You wanted to win then. You signed these cats to a 4-year, 3-year deal, and you're getting bounced out of the first round of the playoffs, second round of the playoffs. You're fighting to get in the play-in tournament. Like, they have one of the easiest schedules so far this year. And look where they at now. They're sitting in the 6th spot. They're playing Chicago right now. As you're looking at this game, first quarter, 2 minutes and 50 seconds left. Lakers down 15-22. I'm just saying, they can't stop a cold out there. You got multiple players that hurt out there. COVID, of course, is hitting them out there. I mean, you can't start. A lot of teams got COVID hitting them, so that ain't even an excuse. You know what I'm saying? I'm really trying to use. But what I'm trying to say is that whatever happened to developing these young cats and getting them where they needed to be going? Brandon Ingram, the first year going into the Pelicans, he became the most improved player. Lonzo Ball is proving every single season, every single game. Like, his shooting has gotten better. His defense was already good. I mean, Chicago's going to be one of the scariest teams in the playoffs. I'm telling y'all that. I've been saying this. I've been saying a lot of stuff before the whole media is like been saying some stuff. Y'all need to be checking me, bro. Like, I'm putting y'all on straight down low game, like real talk. Then let's go even further. You traded Kuzma. You traded Montrezl Harris. KCP for Russell Westbrook? I'm not like Russell Westbrook is good, but it's the same situation I talked about a couple weeks ago about John Wall. They're great players, but with low value. You feel what I'm saying? Like, what I mean by that is that they're great, but not for their contract. Not to lose certain assets to trade for to get one guy. And that's what you got with Russell. Like, you got that with Russell. If you're talking about getting John Wall, it's damn near the same thing. It's just like you're talking about trying to get a playoff team and you're trying to get a but you're trading all that asset for one guy. Now you got all these old cats that you're going to trade away all next year. Then it's going to be the same situation again. We got to hear the same bullshit. The Lakers got to find chemistry. No, we got to wait for them to get it together. I mean, if you had kept some of them young cats, my dude, you wouldn't have to worry about that. Try to keep some of them core players. I don't understand. Someone's got to let me understand this. I mean, I'm looking at Golden State. The core cats are still intact. Some of them cats that had left were probably older. Contract was up. They didn't want to sign them again. But but you kept your main core guys. I mean, let's just go back a couple years when you had Steph, you had Clay, Draymond came along, Iguodala, then you end up getting Kevin. You kept those core guys as long as you could. You maximized them out, maximized their contract. Okay, KD didn't want to resign. You let go Iguodala, sign Iguodala back again, but you kept your pretty much your three main guys, and you build around them to get younger cats and build them younger cats up. Coaching. Whatever happened to development? That's what I'm keep saying. Like, whatever happened to developing these guys? They not doing that. Anthony Davis is not your savior, Laker fans. Y'all made a mistake. I would have kept them young cats. His contract was going to be up the next following year. You develop them young cats, develop a system that would incorporate Anthony Davis into this. You develop them younger cats. You trade them for better assets than one guy that was already going to be up on a contract. You could have kept those assets and traded those for better assets for just one guy. And then they're old. These new guys that you got, that you're going to be trading away, they're all on 1-year contracts. And then we're going to hear the narrative, like I said once again. This year is, oh, they're old. And then you sign Isaiah Thompson. It does not solve your defense. Isaiah Thompson does not solve your defense. He makes your defense worse. You guys got plenty of good offense. I'm sorry. You getting Isaiah Thompson is not helping you. You got Rondo, you got Westbrook, and now you got Isaiah Thompson. Russell, high energy, not efficient player. Very, 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 very streaky shooter. You got Rondo, older cat, hasn't really even played like that. Streaky shooter. Defender, not like he used to be. Isaiah Thompson. I mean, not even a good defender. I would even put him out there. I mean, he couldn't catch a cold either. I mean, he's the shortest man out there on the court. Not to say nothing about short people that's in the NBA. I mean, because these dudes are probably like close to my size. I mean, he's close to my size. So I will be a short cat. But I'm just saying, you're in the big man league, man. You a small cat, and you're a liability out there on defense. You know what I'm saying? Unless you can produce on offense. But why I need all these small cats out there? You know what I'm saying? Like, why I need all these small cats out here? These streaky shooters, these non-traditional point guards. On top of that, these point guards is masquerading as two guards. But you know, that's just my spill about this whole thing, man. It's like we should be cherishing these young cats and developing these young cats, man, into the players that they could be, instead of just cashing them out because we want to put these old guys on the court. Like, I mean, I just don't see it. Like, one guy, and we want to change this whole system around. Like, we cashed out all these young cats for one guy, and then we cash out a whole nother set of cats for one guy, and it's not working. It's not working.
Stories on the school, stories on the school, stories on the school. Now, what happens here is I'm probably going to break down what you either just heard or we'll break down what we heard earlier. I'm going to hold the mic in a weird way. See the weirdest way to hold the mic. Hold it like this. Hold it like this. Ladies and gentlemen. All right, so stories on the school. Stories on the school. Ladies and gentlemen, stories on the school. So I'm looking at the next song we got up next, and I'm sweating. I'm sorry. I was looking for my towel. Like, where my towel at? I couldn't find my towel for nothing. So, what was I? Next song. Next song is called Party Passion. Most of the songs you guys hear on 15 is, on Night of Excellence is part of a group called 15 is a Theme. Or they might be a part of a group called, there's an album that I released called Bushido Brown. Bushido Brown is an album that I released this year, 2021, July of 2021. The final song was released, and of course it went to streaming that month. The last song you heard was part of 15 is a Theme 2020. That was created last year. I think that song specifically released sometime in November, December. The next song you're about to hear has no affiliation, hence why I always call it The Lone Ranger. It was a song that came right around the same time as all the 2020 garbage, and I'm over here being like the most optimistic person I can be about it. And here comes this song idea and this beat, and I was like, I'll take it. So, when you hear this song, just know I was in party mode. So if there's some irresponsible things, like throwing up on security going on, please, please, please forgive me. I beg for your forgiveness on that one because listen, when you celebrating, sometimes things get out of hand.
All right. We back at it, man. Power rankings, man. One of my favorite things, bro, we gonna do. So we gonna jump right into it. So we got the Phoenix Suns sitting at 23-5. The last 10 games, they've been 8-2, 2-game win streak. They lost to Golden State and the LA Clippers. You know, I mean, affordable, not too bad because they split the series between Golden State. So, you know, and they're 8-2 in the last 2 games. So they've been on a pretty good streak, and then they end up losing to another team, you know what I'm saying, after the Golden State. And they lost to LA Clippers. And the level of competition they're going to be facing, I believe they'll probably be 8-2 again. Or they could go on a nice, good streak and keep going. I mean, they're going to have the Hornets, the Lakers, and the way the Lakers is playing, I think they can steamroll right over with, especially no Anthony Davis. You're going to have Aiden out there and stuff like that. And they're just long and they strappy too. And they're doing this without Devin Booker. OKC, tough test right after OKC. They'll have Golden State for the third match. So this was definitely like, see who is better than who type situation, who's going to split this series and take it. Because we got Golden State at number 2 and Memphis. They got Memphis next. That'll be the next 5 games, Memphis. Now, Memphis has been balling. Memphis is on a good run right now. Now, they're going to get tested these last 2 games because Memphis is right now on a 5-game win streak. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's going to be interesting them last 2 games, what's going to happen. And going into number 2, we got Golden State Warriors. Now, they're currently got 24-6. Now, why would I have the number 2 when they split the series and they got a better record, even though they got 1 loss? Now, Golden State has not been playing too good. They're 6-4, and they lost to San Antonio Spurs, which is, I can't accept that type of loss. You can't lose to a team like that. You know what I'm saying? It's levels of expectation now that you guys have been beating teams and stuff like that. It's, you know what I'm saying? Granted, we're going to take you to the next level and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? When Clay comes back, which they said he is a possibility he'll come back next month. That would be great. I'd be excited for the league and stuff like that. I think that's better than Kyrie coming back, in my opinion. I mean, Clay's been out for 2 years now. And the other half of the Splash Brothers, it's going to be crazy, man. It's going to be crazy to see if they get this league back on lock and they put some respect back in these boys' names, you know what I'm saying? Especially with Steph just becoming a 3-point leading league, you know what I'm saying? And you get your defensive guy back out, the catch and shoot guy back out there, you know what I'm saying? You got Jordan coming off the bench doing his thing. Eventually James Wiseman come back, you know what I'm saying? A good body in the paint. You know what I'm saying? We're going to see, man, you know what I'm saying? So, and then they lost to Toronto, too, on top of that. So, like I said, that's why they ranked number 2. just because of them two like losses right there, bro. Like that's like you losing to Detroit or something like that. Like you just don't lose to these bottle feeding teams. That, like it's unacceptable. Like that's why you drop down one, even though y'all, because y'all on the one the game losing streak right now. Now they got Sacramento Kings. They got Memphis. Now that's gonna be a good one right there. That's gonna be a good one because Memphis, like I said, is on the five-game win streak right now. You got Philly. They got to run that back. And then they're going to have the Phoenix Suns, Denver 2 times. So they got a tough little schedule, in my opinion. They definitely got a tough little schedule because Sacramento Kings been beating like good teams and stuff like that and making them look mediocre, like on the low, like type situation, like very, very on the low. Like it ain't been like, oh, spectacular. Yeah. So that's what they doing. They could possibly go like another 6-4 on a 10-game win streak. 10-game type of ordeal. But it's gonna be interesting because we're mid through this month, and like I said, sometime I believe in January they was talking about Klay Thompson could be possibly coming back and stuff like that. So we got Utah Jazz. It catapulted all the way up to number 3. They're playing phenomenal right now. Even though they're on the 2-game losing streak, they're 8-2 of the last 10 games. They lost to San Antonio, which is a lot of teams seem like they're losing to San Antonio. But going on, they lost to Washington. That's just not a bad team. They're pretty good. They're sitting at 20-9. I got them over Brooklyn Nets. Even though Brooklyn Nets are 21-9, I just don't think Brooklyn has played anybody and beat them. Like they played like low-level teams and beating them. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that's why I can't catapult them up. If they can start beating like the Phoenix Suns, Golden State, you know what I'm saying, type of team, Utah Jazz, the Chicago, like Milwaukee, they can start beating them teams. I can push them up further, like than what they are. But right now, they're not gonna be number 3. You know what I'm saying? And eventually, they probably want to be number 4 just because they got a lot of people out. And I'm not gonna exclude teams like rankings because of this. Like if you know what I'm saying, you got the players, you got to play them. It is what it is. It ain't fair to other teams. I exclude you or I give you a pass because your player said, no, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. But next 5 games, they got Chicago, Minnesota, Dallas, Spurs, Portland. So it's gonna be some tough games. Chicago, no Luka out there, so they should end up winning. Spurs, they should end up winning. Portland, I believe they just gonna win. Minnesota, I say they probably give them a fight just because they all that trash talking and stuff like that. That Anthony Towns made against Rudy Gobert. So that's gonna be interesting game coming up. So we got Brooklyn Nets 21-9. They lost in the last 10 games. They're 7-3. They just lost 1 game. They lost to Chicago, Houston, and Orlando. And those 2 right there. And I know what you're gonna say, Jay. Like I said, I'm not excluding them because of COVID. No, you know what I'm saying? James Harden is out. Kevin just got put on it. Marcus Aldridge is out. Not Patty Mills, Paul Millsap. Joe Harrison is out, not because of COVID, but just because of injuries. They going through it. They going through it. So, but I'm still not excluding them. Like, you got you got them on the schedule. You got to beat them. That ain't, you know what I'm saying? You got to beat them. That is what it is. But, you know what I'm saying, the next game is Denver. And a lot of these games are supposed to be on to today. You know what I'm saying? By the way, you know what I'm saying? A lot of these games should be on today. Some of them may not be on today because of COVID related. They postponed some of the games. So, like the Denver Nugget game is postponed, and the Washington game is supposedly be postponed. So they end up having Portland, LA Lakers, and then the LA Clippers. I'm expecting a three-way win. No, well, with the players sitting out now, I don't think so, man. They may slide by and get Portland, but the Lakers and Clippers, I think they're good enough to take these guys out. Especially if certain players are still sitting out by the time they get to them. Now, who we got next is my Memphis Grizzlies. Like, they have definitely jumped up on the totem pole. We got the Memphis Grizzlies sitting at 19-11. On the last 10 games, there are 9-1. A 5-game win streak right now. And they only lost to Dallas. Memphis Grizzlies, without John Morant, and they got like 2 other superstars that's really, really good. And they're on the 5-game win streak. In the next 5 games, they got Portland, OKC, Golden State, Sacramento, and Phoenix. Now, they got a tough little 5 games. Like, they got a tough. Like, I'm still, like I said, like, Sacramento is like one of them teams that, like, they will sneak by and beat you. And you be like, dang, they just beat me. Like, dang, they just beat me. So, they you got to watch out for them. And then you got Golden State. And like I said, after Sacramento, you got Phoenix. Ooh. Portland and OKC are must-win games. Like, y'all should be able to win those games. Go to Golden State, beat them. Because I believe y'all beat them before. And just beat up on Phoenix, if y'all can. You know what I'm saying? Show them what's up. Now, after that, another team that's been going on a tear is the Cleveland Cavaliers. 6-game winning streak. In the last 10 games, then 8-2. Utah and Minnesota. Not too bad. 2 good teams to lose to. 2 good teams to lose to for their type of team and for their record. You know what I'm saying? And where they at right now in the standings. Like, not bad. Like I said, some of these games have been postponed. So like the LA Lakers, not the LA Lakers, the Atlanta Hawks game is postponed. Boston, Toronto, Pelicans, Washington. The last 3 games, I'm expecting them to win those games, to be honest with you. Boston's going to be a tough game for them. We'll talk about the Lakers, the Atlanta Hawks game, but it's postponed. Now we coming up to a lot of injuries and COVID-related stuff. The Milwaukee Bucks. No, I'm sorry. Miami Heat. I am so sorry. Miami Heat is sitting next. They're sitting next at 18-12. Last 10 games is 5-5. A lot of these last couple teams are damn near got the same last 10 game records, 5-5. It's just that certain facts, that type of teams that they fought and they lost to, streaks on top of that, level of expectation on top of that. So, like I said, we got the Miami Heat. And they end up losing to Denver, Cleveland, Milwaukee, Memphis Grizzlies, and then Cleveland again. Now, I did not include that Miami Heat did beat Milwaukee again. They came back and beat them. So it's kind of like they split the series. But Milwaukee Bucks end up losing. They're on the 2-game win streak, but they're 5-5 too. 19-13. Toronto, Miami, Boston, Pelicans, and Cleveland. See, the Pelicans and the Toronto. That's unacceptable. Y'all the defending champs, and you should not be losing to teams like that. I'm sorry. Like it's like I said, it's levels of expectation. If we saying that they're one of the favorites to win it, how? When they're losing Toronto and the Pelicans. And I apologize, I lied. They on a 2-game losing streak on top of that. So that's why we got Miami sitting on top of them. Now Miami should be going on a good little run right quick. Because the next 5 games, they got Detroit, Indy, Detroit again, Orlando, Washington. Now, the game is on right now. And at one point, Chicago was losing. I mean, Miami's losing. And Miami did lose to Chicago. So, how these next week power rankings going to be, we add stuff like that in. I'm not going to change my power ranking because this is the set week for the week. You know what I'm saying? What they did last week. That's why we do them on Sundays. You know what I'm saying? Sundays is the start of the first week. And we just going to go ahead and we add all of what they did, all their accomplishments that week. So, but they should have won against Detroit, Indy, Detroit, Orlando, Washington. Now, if they end up losing to Detroit and like Orlando, then they definitely going to catapult all the way down. But going back to Milwaukee, that we got sitting at number 8. They're on a 2-game losing streak now. They're going to be getting hit hard, man. No Chris Middleton, no Giannis. Giannis health protocol. A lot of their players, I think they got like 5 or 6 players like out right now. Chris Middleton hurt his knee. None too serious though. Nothing too serious. I haven't seen nothing on the injury report that would say it was something serious. But a lot of cats that are out on health and protocol for COVID. But the teams they got coming up, next 5 games, Houston Rockets, Dallas, Boston, Orlando. You can't lose to Houston Rockets. And and depending if Giannis come back or Chris Middleton come back, or like you really can't lose to Dallas either. There ain't no Luka out there. Boston, I can see it happen if they players don't come back. But Orlando, you got Orlando 2 times? No. 7 players are sitting out because of injuries and COVID related for the Milwaukee Bucks. Like I said, we're not giving no excuses. So if they end up losing these next 5 games coming into the next week's power ranking, like they probably catapult all the way out of the top 10. Now, sitting at number 9, Chicago, 17-10. Like I said, we're making no excuses. They 5-5 of the last 10 games on the 2-game losing streak right now. Now they playing the LA Lakers. It's third quarters just started, 11 minutes and 40-something seconds. Chicago up 61-51. 59. Lonzo Ball just missed the shot. So if they end up winning this game, that'd be a good win for them, you know what I'm saying? But they end up losing to some teams, too, that catapulted them down where they was at from number 2 from last week. Houston, Miami, Cleveland, and Miami. The Houston one. And then you lost to Miami, so I can't put you over Miami. You lost to them 2 times on top of that. So I can't put you over Miami. Your record is not even as good as the Milwaukee Bucks. They're at least sitting at 19-13. You're sitting at 17-10. And y'all just played, like I said, you lost to Houston, you lost to Miami and Cleveland. And I can't put you over Cleveland. And you lost to them, you know what I'm saying? Now, if y'all can go on the tear going throughout the whole next week, like I said, if y'all can beat my Lakers, start off a good run. You got Houston, you redeem yourself with that. Toronto, Indy, and then the Atlanta Hawks. Like, really 2 teams that you should be able to beat. Indy's been doing some they've been making a little bit of noise, you know what I'm saying? And then how good they are in the paint and stuff. May have a little bit of trouble and stuff like that. So after that, I got sitting at number 10. We got the LA Clippers. 5-5. Like I said, these last couple of teams, all in the last 10 games, pretty much are 5-5. They're on the 2-game losing streak. Reason why they're sitting so at the bottom of the barrel from where they was at last week is from the teams that they lost to. Pelicans, Sacramento Kings. The only justified one is the Utah Jazz and then OKC. Now, if they continue this run, I probably have to put, like, who knows? Like, I don't know. I don't know. The next 5 games, they got San Antonio, Sacramento Kings, Denver Nuggets, Brooklyn, Boston. Now, if you lose to Sacramento and San Antonio, like, y'all really need Kawhi back out there. Y'all need Kawhi back out there. Y'all shouldn't be losing to these teams. These are bottom of the barrel teams. Y'all playoff bound, but y'all play y'all first round out at the same time playing like this. Chicago's number not only just strictly just because of COVID. A lot of their players were sitting out. About what was it, 10? 7 to 10, 8 to 10 players sitting out. So they were eventually gonna lose some games. So when they get the whole team back, it's gonna be a different story. Like I said, they're gonna be the most dangerous team in the playoffs. I'm letting y'all know. I said it already. So, that's the power rankings that we got going on. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, we got Phoenix, Golden State, Utah Jazz, Brooklyn Nets, Memphis Grizzlies, Cleveland Cavaliers, the Miami Heat, Milwaukee Bucks, Detroit Pistons, and the LA Clippers. That's Smuvie Man's top 10 power rankings for the week. Like I said, let me know what you guys think down in the comments. You know what I'm saying? Put out your own power rankings. Think I should have took off a team, put on a team, you know what I'm saying? Let me know what you think, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is.
All right, so we have the medley coming up. This medley consists of every transitional song essentially in my entire arsenal. If y'all remember Main Event Mafia, for those of you that were here for the Main Event Mafia event, there were songs that came before each main event called enforcers. Well, I got 3 of those enforcers plus one of the main events coming up. Ladies and gentlemen, right now I present to you the medley. The medley features Decadence, for those of you that know. It features Love's Fire, for those of you that know. It features Rafiki Guidance, ladies and gentlemen. And one more song it features. This one's for you, Smuvie Man. Bruce Wayne. It features The Beatdown. Let's get this damn medley started. Let's go! Yo, pick up my lessons and carry my blessings. She know who she messaged. She just won't caress in her mind. I be precious. Won't keep me guessing. My time is of essence. Here goes your message. 15 years in a mad city turned infamous. That's Decadence. Pull up to the poolside, switch my body with a drink in my hand. That's Decadence. Take your problems, take your problems, take your problems. All my back room. Attitude, bad song. Sandman with the broom. My problem is Decadence. You ain't heard my residents. Don't sleep, don't make a beat, don't count the sheep. You'll miss these edges. Just count her name, she got an extra pinky and that's all the same. Took 6 minutes, now she's soaking wet. We poolside and in my bed, my education, cause the pops couldn't count the planet for the single women. Really count the same, if I save a hoe. Feathers in my cap, I never hoe. That makes me lonely, oh damn, but I'm lit still. Chase road runners when I play the Kings. I'm a watch AOD with a gang of bills. Got a travel bill on a mile long. Finally got a home, got my cooking on. Running up in the kitchen when I'm spitting, cause I'm Dylan. Spit hot fire. Cause I spit hot fire. Y'all already know what's going down. Hold up. Oh! A lot of Chance the Rapper fans gonna be confused on this bad boy. What's going on, Atlanta in the building? Shot-town in the building. Atlanta stand up. Let's go. 15 weeks spinning words like a top. Dictionary words have me dizzy off the top. Put a whole lot of thoughts into words that I speak. But I'm speaking to my fans, they gon' spin around my speech. Open the doors, don't even bother. I'm busting the hinges and knocking for weeks and you don't wanna listen. But I can forgive you. You think I'm I'm delirious. Don't take me serious, that's a mistake. Don't even listen, you probably a fake. Probably gonna label me names or be what you say. Forget what you claim, you fighting in vain. Whisper in my ear, say she twerking all night. I say, cool, if you pop it right. Now she's tired, out of breath, trying to see what we could be. Turn around and say she love me, then I step up on her feet. Loose world, loose shoe, loose flower. Say she love me, I'm about to light a car on fire. Want the truth, but she can't stand the power. Say she wants space, call me in a wink. I'm talking power while I'm driving, I'm a ghost, I got the lead. Don't you touch my spirit wheel, damn it, this is how you eat. Y'all like it how I do it? I can show you about my feet. I will kick you off this car and watch you splatter in the street. Woo! Yo! Shouts out to welcome to the show on this one. It's the beat down that's running. If I could be the head for the words that I say, that's the very same words resonate in many ways. This is a beat down and I am Bushido Brown. Medley time, let's go. Your destiny is like a density on a beach with squirrels. It's sandy. I see like talking to your caution, no lotion on. Gnashing teeth, what you eating on? When you taste rejection pie, it took a slice right out your eye. Ain't no pride, but you ain't ready. But it's a different word. Trying to camouflage depression about life. That's a squid word. This is a beat down and I am Bushido Brown. Break it down. See, this is a beat down and I am Bushido Brown. Break it down. If I'm to be beheaded for the words that I say, that's the very same word resonate in many ways. This is a beat down and I am Bushido Brown. Alright, let's go. Oh, Rafiki with the flow. Rafiki with the flow. I said Rafiki with the flow. He said Rafiki with the flow. He said Rafiki, a nigga, let's go. Quicker than vibes. Quicker than vibes. You don't have to look at me with that strong face, but you about to let me through to this big place. I'm the vision and the shows of my third eye. With my smallest of time, I can heal your pride. Taste through your body, pull the pain out you. Reverse it and ignore what they say about you. Flip it over, now you got something to do. And if you keep acting blind, I can bird box you. I'm the only one who had a chance of believing. No way you get to love when the Lord is defeated. And I am easily repeated in my skills to provide. If you tell me that nigga, I got some people to die. It's only for a confidence and conversation. Feel like you consuming meditation just for validation. Dedication, something that'll kill you. That you got your mind, body, spirit, and your spirit like a purpose fulfilled you. Man of that time, banging on the trash can, drumming on the street like if she got that true blood, I can run the red light. Towel down, face down. Matter of fact, lights off. They don't like my bright smile. That's cockroach. They scurry off. Big talk, big game, big thing. Wait, that's snake brown. Scratch that's animal. Her skin dark to this morphin' time. Got a whole type, but she's dark skinned. Nice hips for her hair thick. Her waist smaller. That's mine to grip. Got a gap in her pick. And if she got some DSL, then my instant message gone. Light skin girls get jealous cause the attitude came and it got swept off. Now the dark skin girl stepping up to the plate. Their head don't run from a softball. Some of y'all act crazy, and some of y'all are too lazy. Some of y'all got come off the top of that tuna box. It's amazing. Take a close look at me. I work 7 days in a week. I'm that one guy for the appetizer. Man, close to the dirt on the whole beast. Bucket of berry, the sweet of the juice. I get the squeeze and she know what to do. I get the lips and she's under the hoodie. I pull back the hoodie. My tongue is on rookie. I'm much in the cookie. Sugar will hit. Jumping up, flip the cookie is crisp. Slipping my temper until I just hit. Now wasting a drip and I chop the jaw. Oh my God. Oh. Listen, every time I do this song, all light skin girls get mad because the dark skin girls went first. That makes no sense to me. All right? One of my biggest tropes is patience. Be patient. You gotta give everybody their time to shine, right? Sometimes you thought you was gonna go that way, and you end up going that way. But don't worry, when we're done going this way, the path leads right back to that way. Patience, part 2. Let's get it. Banging on the trash can, drumming on the street like if she got that true blood, I can run the red light. Towel down, face down. Matter of fact, lights off. They don't like my bright smile. That's cockroach. They scurry off. Big talk, big game, big thing. She got some DSL and that instant message going. Dark skinned girls getting jealous because the attitude came and they got swept off. Got a light skinned girl stepping up to the plate and the head girl runs for softballs. Some of y'all ain't crazy and some of y'all are too lazy. Some of y'all got them up and top, but that Zumba class is amazing. Take Coach Shook and me, I work 7 days in a week. I'm that one guy from the appetizer, main course to dessert. I'm the whole beast. Strawberry covered in caramel mulatto. I represent this, she brought macchiato. I get to sipping whenever we meet, except all the stuff on her. Talking my peak, they are top fishing on my melody. Shocking the body, she said it is sweet. I see her candy is playing to me, but she know that she's missing these nuts in her teeth. Yeah, look at me. I'm sweaty as hell. Night of Excellence! Cudjoe The Excellence, you already know what's going down, man. Oh my goodness. Listen. Night of Excellence is here for you. Yo, Night of Excellence, we are here. Positivity, high energy, the most caffeinated hour of your entire Saturday night. Listen, I have so much planned for next week. As best as I can, I'm going to try to bring it to you. I'm going to try to give y'all a heads up during the week. In the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you. It's an honor to be up on the stage for y'all each and every week. I shit you not. It's an honor to be on the stage each and every week. Night of Excellence, Cudjoe The Excellence. Listen, you are not perfect. You are excellent. I'll take care.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching or listening to Welcome to the Show. For more episodes, make sure you subscribe here and also turn your bell notification so you don't miss out on another spectacular episode of Welcome to the Show.